change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you.
Hey guys, it is Casey with Accidental Homeschoolers. If you are new to my channel, I am a homeschooling mom of 2. I have been homeschooling for 4 years, and recently I did a video on a book haul, and I got a suggestion from someone that said, why don't you show us what you're reading? Because it's a little crazy. I read a lot, and I read several books at once. So I thought I would share what I have been reading with you. I enjoy watching other people's videos about what they're reading because it gives me suggestions on what to read, because you don't always have time to just go wander around the bookstore, and it's kind of difficult to just peruse Amazon. So I'm going to show you what I have been reading. So currently, I have decided that I am going to read more classic literature. I have tried a lot in the past, and it was very unsuccessful. So I started recently, and it's been going really well. Can't tell you what's different. All I know is that I'm really enjoying it. So currently I am almost finished with Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. If you have ever read these, I would love to hear about it below. I mean, I'm familiar with all of the stories. I've probably seen every single BBC version of every Jane Austen book, but I have loved it. I understand it. I find it funny. I can't put it down. So that has been a lot of fun. What I will be reading next after I finish Sense and Sensibility is Little Women. I have had this book for a very long time. It's huge. It's thick. It's a little daunting, but it is something that I would really like to read and get through. So this will be next when I am finished with Sense and Sensibility. Plus, these books are just very pretty. I've had them on my shelves for a really long time because they're beautiful, and I had hopes to read them. So now I will get through them. Next, I have a book on my Kindle. I read a lot of books on my Kindle just because I can get the book downloaded immediately. They're usually a little cheaper. I don't always have time to go to the store. I usually read, especially at night, and I like to read to help me fall asleep. So I downloaded the picture of one that I've been reading at night. It's called The Last Bookshop. It's called The Last Bookshop in London. It's about a girl who comes to London right at the beginning of World War II, and how her life is changed by the bombings and the air raids and the things that they had to do, rationing and stuff like that. So I enjoy historical fiction, and it's been a good book so far, about halfway through it. So I would suggest that one. One I just recently finished is George Washington's Secret 6. So this is about the spy ring that George Washington had during the Revolutionary War. And it is fascinating. I enjoyed it. There is a TV series, I think it was called Turn, that's based on this book. It's similar if you've seen it, but I really enjoyed this book. They also have a kid's version of this, and I'm thinking of getting it for my son so that he can read about it because he loves history as much as I do. Next, I am also reading The British Are Coming, and I like boring sometimes. I like non-fiction. Sometimes books that are about history or biographies can seem very boring to people, but I have actually really enjoyed this. He writes it well, so it kind of feels like fiction. The print is very small, so it could take a really long time to read. I'm only about halfway through this one, but so far enjoying it. I'm learning lots of details about this time period that I wasn't aware of, so that's been fun. So at night, to fall asleep, I kind of need a book. I don't want to say that's boring, but maybe sort of dry. So I usually end up reading like history or a biography. I enjoy it, but it helps keep it. When you read fiction sometimes, or you read something that's interesting, your brain's alert and you can't fall asleep. So I've been reading A Peace to End All Peace, and it's about what was going on in the Middle East during World War I and the fall of the Ottoman Empire. It's a lot with what the British were doing during that time period, and I think France as well. So I've enjoyed reading this. It's taken me forever because I only get through like a few pages and then I fall asleep. But I've actually really liked it, and I've learned a lot that, of course, I wasn't taught in school. So this one is 31 Prayers for My Husband. There are 31 different prayers. There's also pages to write in if you want to write down a prayer or something to remember. But I usually go off of whatever day of the month it is. If it's the 15th, I go to the 15th one. I've enjoyed it. It's short, it's sweet, it helps get your mind focused. It's different aspects of things that you can pray for your husband, and I have enjoyed this a lot. So I do this at night. I do my Bible time at night because in the morning there's just too much going on. I teach really early, and I really don't want to have to get up at like 4 to be able to do my Bible time, and I can focus a lot better at night. Then I have 31 prayers for my daughter. Same authors, same sort of, same idea. There's 31 prayers for your daughter. There's also pages, of course, that are blank for you to write things. And this has been great. Then also, because I have a son, 31 prayers for my son. Same thing. They're a little similar, but they're written differently. I don't do the same day because they kind of they coincide, and I don't want to have to like read the same thing. So I will just do, like, if it's the 6th, I'll do the 6th and then maybe like the 7th. So I kind of keep them offset, but these have been great. There's 31 prayers for my future husband. I think there's one for my wife. I think that's it. But these have been wonderful. I use these all the time. I take them with me when I travel. You could get these on your Kindle if you would prefer. And then last but not least, I always read some of my Bible. Now I just started a new one maybe like every 6 months to a year. It depends on how much I've written in it. I write in my Bible a lot, and I like to get a different version. So currently this is the ESV version, and I like to write in it a lot. And so when it gets super full, I start a new version. Plus, I'm not able to write notes in it. I'm not able to see new things. So when I try a different version and I get a blank one, I start to see things a little bit differently, and I learn different things. So that is what I do with my Bible time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoy sharing what I'm reading. Some stuff you may be interested in, some stuff you may not, but I hope that you're able to take this and maybe come up with some new ideas for reading. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you're not already, please subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!
Every change has a reason.